Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, a film so mired in controversy, it would be an act of God if this film actually breaks even. I mean, Rachel Ziegler has done almost everything in her power to try and destroy this film by calling the original film trash, outdated, useless, pretty much, calling out fans for being racist, for not accepting her as Snow White, even though Snow White is technically supposed to be as white as snow. Like, I'm pretty white, but she's supposed to be whiter than I am. Like, jeez, dear Lord. Like, what the heck was their thinking with hiring Rachel Ziegler for this? Yes, I know Steven Spielberg picked her out of obscurity and had her in his West Side Story that no one has really seen, but dear Lord, why? Well, at least now we have some positive thoughts coming out about the film. Gal Gadot has said that the film is a great film that people should go see, and we have Rachel Ziegler herself releasing a Henry Cavill statement type of thing where I interpret people's feelings about this film as passion for it, and what an honor to be able to be part of something that people are so passionate about. We're not always going to have the same feelings as everyone around us, and all we can do is give our best. Now, isn't that great of Rachel Ziegler? She finally got a PR person to reel her in somewhat. I mean, it's fine, it's good, but it's too little too late at this point. That there's no real saving this film. I mean, Disney has pretty much said as much with the way that they're premiering the film today by not allowing any press view to come out. The only other time that's happened is with the Flash film for Warner Bros., where you had Ezra Miller come out and give his poor, how is the best way I can do is public representation with all his criminal charges that happened in Hawaii. The dude was absolutely a wreck, and it's just caused massive issues for that film. Unfortunately, the same thing is happening here. In fact, even before this, we can just see how they've been pushing the film by having Rachel Ziegler go off on her own around the world to present it by singing in front of castles, and having Gal Gadot actually going out there and actually doing the press junkets, answering questions because she's more refined and better at it than Rachel Ziegler is, because every time she opens her mouth, there's just a new controversy that springs up, seemingly. So it's the right choice. Also, you're not having them do it together, because just look at what happened at the Oscars. Those two do not like each other. They didn't even look at each other, they didn't talk with each other, they didn't laugh, and that could actually come up to how the political situation with those two is going on. Because Rachel Ziegler, she is pro-Hamas, and Gal Gadot, she is pro-Israel because, well, she is Israeli, she has family, she has friends, and that is her country, and she just wants the war to be over, she wants peace. Whereas Ziegler, she's more on the side of protecting the Hamas genocide that she claims that's going on there. And maybe there's some validation going on there. I don't really know the conflict all that well. I don't really care too much. It's not my country. It's not my stuff that's going on. Would be nice if it would be over with, but you know what? That's just a whole other can of worms that we're not really going to get into this video. But needless to say, that's also playing into the part of why those two aren't together, because they probably just can't stand each other, if we're going to be honest here. So it'll be interesting to see how this film performs. I'm not going to say it's going to do all that well. The CGI in the film so far is horrible, specifically the dwarves. Like, Disney came on and said that they always plan on having it be CGI dwarves and not seven little people, which is idiotic. I kind of want to go with the theory that when Peter Dinklage came out and criticized the Disney film for having more dwarves in it, that they're like, oh, yeah, let's not have little people portray dwarves to promote the stereotype. Let's have mystical creatures, because that sounds way better, just calling dwarves mystical creatures, where you could have given seven little people jobs and having them portray the roles, and could have done an excellent job. Like, there's a film when I was growing up that was a Snow White film that had seven little people in it that did fantastic. I love the film. It's one of my favorite Snow White films to this day. So it can be done. They're just trying to be politically correct, in my opinion. Now, I guess it's more than likely that they did just intend to have it as CGI all the way through, but what can you do nowadays? Disney's made a lot of dumb decisions, and I would just chalk this up to be another one of them. So we'll see how the film goes. I personally hope it does pretty well. I don't think it will, though, from what we've seen, but there's at least hoping that they can at least pull it from the brink of destruction at this point. But I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys got to say. Are you hoping that this film will do fantastic? Do you think that there's no real hope at this point that Disney should just wipe their hands of this and just release it right now and move on to the next one, where it would be Lilo and Stitch, because that one actually looks like it's going to do a fantastic job. I have a lot of hope for that film, so we'll yet to be seeing how that does. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. Leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you didn't, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful day. Catch y'all later. Bye.